Hello everybody and welcome to the episode of NASCAR Heat 5 2023 Mod Career Mode for our 5th and final season where you look at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race results from Gateway, where it was Lane Riggs picking up the win in his final start of the season over Ross Chastain, Grant Enfinger, Andres Perez de Lara, and Gio Ruggiero, the top 5, followed up by Carson Hocevar, Tyler Ankrum, Luke Fenhouse, Butterbean Queen, and Chandler Smith, the top 10. This is also Hocevar's final start of the season. You see where notes there, finished through the rest of the grid. Not to finish is Jack Wood or Connor Hall. We're looking forward down there at the back of the grid. So congrats to Lane Riggs on the Truck Series win in Gateway. So now we'll see how that affects their updated playoff grid. Of course, the Trucks now just one race remains in their regular season, that being at Darlington next episode, or in 2 episodes from now. So of course, Ruggiero, the regular season champion, safe up there. Chandler Smith has officially clinched his playoff spot on points. Brendan Queen and Grant Enfinger are looking pretty good with their points buffers. Of course, Ankrum, LaJoy, Finch all have victories. Then Ben Rhodes holding that first wild card spot by 23 points over Brent Cruz, and by 30 over Stuart Friesen, 34 over Jake Garcia. Then Perez 43 behind. Sutton, Hall, Allen all have to find victory lane if they want to find their way into the playoffs for this season. So here we are in the background. We've been practicing qualifying for today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series. Enjoy Illinois 300 here from Worldwide Technology Raceway in Gateway. We are here in St. Louis for the penultimate race of the regular season. Tyler Reddick puts it on pole position, and Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney, 2 former real-life champions, starting at the rear of the field. Larson with an inspection issue, Blaney crashing during his qualifying run. So here we are in the number 2 Freightliner Ford Mustang Dark Horse for this weekend, starting from 3rd position in this race. A great qualifying effort from us, and we go 3 wide to the inside of Reddick and Priest, all ready for the lead. Here we go, a brilliant move into turn 1, and just like that, in the first turn, we are leading in the way here in Gateway, trying to go back-to-back in St. Louis and get back-to-back race victories. Of course, we got the job done just last episode in Sonoma, sweeping that weekend as we are already ahead of Priest and Reddick for the lead, driving away down this back straightaway as to complete this opening lap of racing here in St. Louis. So far, a great start for us here to this race here, going through the long, winding Gateway corners here, and we are leading the opening lap of racing here in Gateway, trying to go back-to-back here in the NASCAR Cup Series at Worldwide Technology. Now a little bit on lap 8 later in the run. Here comes the 45 of Tyler Reddick back to our inside, and Reddick taking the lead back as we just got really loose over the run. The car's handling starting to go away a little bit. Reddick's car handling better over this long run, able to save his tires better. We sended the dive bomb into 3 and 4, and we teed about side by side for the lead here through the corner. I'm trying to hold it low and nice. Slide up the track, a little bit of kind of the 45. Reddick sideways and crashing around goes Tyler Reddick, crashing behind us, battling for the lead hard, and all of a sudden he goes from potentially winning this stage to no stage points as we come here to survive and win stage 1 in dominating fashion after that dramatic collision with Reddick here in St. Louis over Christopher Bell in 2nd, William Byron, Ryan Priest, and Denny Hamlin the top 5. Followed by Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, Ross Chastain, Josh Berry, and Connor Zilich, the top 10 here in stage number 1 in Gateway. My apologies to Reddick. I did not mean to do that. I mean, just the slightest little bit of contact. He just lost control at a bad spot and overcorrected, wiping himself out, and that's going to cost him pretty much his chance of contending. So here we are in stage 2. We restart 2nd on the outside of Seabell, and the 20 will easily clear him here into turn 1. And through turn 2, we will maintain our lead here at Gateway. Continue to dominate early. Great track for Penske, and we are showing that here. Great track for us here as we are just in complete control of this race until later in the run. We go a little bit wide into turn 1, opening the door for the 24 of William Byron to get to our inside. Of course, Byron 2nd in the points, then one of our main championship rivals all season long, although we've had this regular season championship locked up because we have just been so dominant, even with all our points penalties. A little bit of contact with Byron there to get the lead back. He hangs on to it, but that allows us to get the momentum to take the lead back from Byron down this back straightaway. And this battle will continue on here through stage number 2. Myself and the 24 for the race lead. Can we hang on and make this one happen? That's what we are hoping, as we get a big slide right there next to the turn 4. And that will allow Byron to get right back into the race lead on our outside lane. And we'll have to regroup here in 2nd, try to find a way back around him, which we do by giving him a big bump and run in turn 1 completely sideways. Another impressive save by Byron, and we maintain the race lead here. Now coming to the end of stage 2, caution going to be coming out on the racetrack right before pit stops because behind us there's a problem with the rookie of Zilich blowing a tire, almost collecting Bubba Wallace, who saves it, but then Zilich wipes out, crashing from the 7th spot. He was running so well, collecting Ty Gibbs there, and that will bring out the caution. Tough break for Connor Zilich in the 99 for the rookie, but he's still in this race. He just lost his track position. So here we are, 4 to go in stage 2. We will easily beat Seabell on the restart after all of us came down for 4 fresh tires and fuel. So we are continuing to dominate this race here at Gateway. Just everything going right for us. So far, the cautions have fallen perfectly. Now here we are going to be winning stage 2 and sweeping the stages here in Gateway. That gets us up to 18 stage wins on the season. Most of all drivers. Bell once again in second. Wallace, Byron, Chastain the top 5. Denny Hamlin, Josh Berry, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, and Alex Bowman rounds out the top 10 here in stage number 2 in St. Louis. As we go to the third and final stage, we're going to crown ourselves a winner, hopefully, as we restart this one from 5th. Had to get a little bit of repairs from that shot we gave to William Byron. So now 23 laps to go. We're on the inside of Christopher Bell and Bubba Wallace trying to get the lead away, battling the 23. Can we make it happen? Not quite, but now we get the momentum down the back straightaway alongside Wallace for second, closing in on Christopher Bell with enough momentum to send it into turn 3, which we do to go the inside of Bell for the lead and continue our dominant run here in St. Louis tonight, and that's what we will do. We take the lead away from Christopher Bell and look to drive away to victory lane here tonight, hopefully, but still a long way to go. 22 laps left in this race. That is a ton of time, and speaking of that, a few laps later, here comes Bubba Wallace to the inside. The 23 taking the lead away from us on the inside lane. We continue to battle, side drafting him all the way down the back straight into turn 3. We have to slam on the brakes to avoid shooting way up the racetrack, and that will cost us the lead. Wallace to the point. I'm trying to hang on to second. Here comes William Byron in the 24, looking to capitalize. That he will. Don't count out our teammate of Josh Berry in 4th. He is lurking in the conversation. Now just 15 to go in this race. We send it to the outside of Bubba once again into turn 1. Just not working. We don't have the grip. Wallace goes by. Byron goes by. Now we're just trying to survive here. Hang on to these older tires, worn tires. They really worn them out as we are able to cross over Byron down this backstretch, giving it all that we got to not lose our track position. We even get back to the inside of the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Force it now. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Byron to the inside, and he will be alongside Wallace as we get loose on exit, and we have to give up the battle for the lead and settle down to fighting Berry for third. Here comes Kyle Larson from the back of the field now into the top 5. Going to get a little bit of contact to us there, move us out of the way. He'll go to 4th. We'll have to settle down into 5th and regroup to get back to these guys. And so we crossed over the 23 of Bubba Wallace a few laps later down the backstretch to get him back for 4th, as it is now Josh Berry leading this race. Could he win his way into the chase for the first time in his career? And then we get really loose a few laps later, trying to hold back Bubba Wallace back to the inside of us, and this battle for 4th continues deep into this run here, one of our longest green flag runs of the night. We are just trying to hold on to these top 5 positions, as you know, we have the great short and medium run speed, but absolutely no long run speed, as the car's handling is absolutely horrendous. Now here we are coming in for our scheduled green flag stop here at the end of the race, but we get a little aggressive on entry and almost spin out into the grass. Such a hard pit entry here in St. Louis to get down correctly. Now here we are down to the pit road speed limit, and we're going to be coming in for 4 tires and fuel to get us here to the end of the race. And the only thing we hope is that there is no caution until we are back on the lead lap, or else we are completely screwed out of this race and we'll have no shot to get our track position back. So far so good. About an average pit stop, a little bit on the slow side for my liking though, 15.7. So here we are coming out right here. It's currently scored 37th, 1 lap down, because we are the first car to really pit on this cycle. We started this cycle. Josh Berry, everybody else coming in now, which means we should be able to cycle back out on a lap or two. Here, the ensuing lap here, we're going to get by the 99 of Connor Zilich, who stayed out the extra lap because of him having that tire issue causing that caution earlier. So we get around him, get our lap back, which is huge. We need that. So we are back on the lead lap now. Now we're passing everyone on pit road. So we're going to go from 37th all the way up to 13th here as we go by Corey Heim going through pit exit. So we will jump up 24 positions just by passing pit road. So now here we are in 13th, trying to get some more positions ahead of us. 11 Denny Hamlin, smoke coming out the back. Hamlin blows a tire into the wall, goes Hamlin, caution is out. And that will bring us to NASCAR overtime here in St. Louis after Denny Hamlin loses a tire running in 11th, and that will actually help us a ton and his competitive race. Now here we go, 2 to go, NASCAR overtime. We restart here in 9th. Have to be aggressive on the restart. That's what we do. We dive underneath Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick. Now 3 wide with Larson for 5th. Can we make it work? The 20 backs out of it. Now we're alongside Larson for 4th place, trying to get a position to get down our teammate Josh Berry, who is leading this race. We dive bomb it 3 wide to the inside of Bubba Wallace and William Byron for 2nd. We are charging through the field, already up 7 spots in 3/4 of a lap. Now white flag waving in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank and Gateway. Can Josh Berry hold on and get his first win of the season and the first win of the Wood Brothers, or can we steal it from him here in the final lap? We make a little bit of contact in the center of 1 and 2, and we slide up the track, clearing Josh Berry for the lead on the final lap here in Gateway. Going down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. It looks like we are going to complete the dominant performance with a trip to victory lane here in St. Louis with a tremendous overtime restart. We are going to go back to back and win in Gateway. What a race and what a finish in overtime. We get the job done, getting our 11th win on the season and the 63rd win of our career here with a tremendous last lap pass there on Josh Berry, charging away from 9th to the lead in a lap and a half, and we burn it down here on the front straightaway. Winners in the last 2 races now at Sonoma and Gateway, so we are now, of course, leading both tracks with wins through this career mode. What a battle that was there. It's such a great race, such a great track. Love racing here in St. Louis. Always a really fun track that challenges you in the short and long runs. As we finish the burnout right there on the front straightaway, now we celebrate in victory lane with the crew. Now your final race results here today from Gateway. Of course, we are the winners, stealing the potential chase spot from our teammate Josh Berry, who is there in 2nd, who had such a strong late race run. Kyle Larson, a great effort coming from the back to finish in 3rd. Bubba Wallace, William Byron getting more top 5s to their total. C-Bell in 6th. Connor Zilic, what a recovery from a blown tire to finish in 7th. Tremendous race from the Trackhouse rookie. Tyler Reddick gets 8th. Justin Haley and Ross Chastain round out the top 10. You see everyone there through the rest of the grid. Not the run our teammate Blaney was looking for, down in 22nd. Denny Hamlin, after that blown tire, finishes in 28th. And then Carson Quaffle and Riley Herbst DNFing out of this race with mechanical issues. So now we see how this affects our chase grid. 1 race remains in the regular season, and that, of course, will be at Daytona. Next episode, the regular season finale for the final time. So far, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney clinching their spots in the chase on points after this race here in Gateway. Denny Hamlin all but secure. He probably will make it, just not officially locked in yet because of some technicalities with points and stuff. Then Chastain plus 35, Elliott plus 30, Chase Briscoe and Hocevar. Keep note of this, both are right outside the top 10 in points. I mean, by within 10 of the top 10 in points. Because they're not in the top 10 in points, they hog the 2 wildcard spots, which means right now Reddick, Bowman, and Priest, all 3 of them would be out, currently missing the chase. So going to be a very intriguing regular season finale from Daytona. Who's in, who's out? Well, we are going to find out next week. Now, as we conclude this episode, as always, I want to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda Breen, and Jeremy Isley. Really appreciate your guys' support. Means a ton to me. Helps this channel I continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now pushing towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you want to get your shout out like these 3 at the end of the video, become a paid channel member. Link is in the description down below. Until the regular season finale from Daytona next week, I hope you all have a good one.